This is great. So this is the check-in station for our Kids4Foodbank Day. So everybody's waiting here in a line to check in and make sure that they have their applications and waivers, and they sign in on the sign-in sheet. That's the first stage in the process. We have a little booth set up here with posters. And then after that, they go through a tour of the warehouse. And then we have some groups that are sectioned off into different stations. So one station is the bike blender, and they learn how to make some healthy smoothies. And the other group will package up some sort of produce, whatever we happen to have for the day. And then another group will come into our volunteer hub building, and they will sort and package. Hi, John. Good. They will sort and package. Hi, Penny. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Deb. So this is our packaging station. They usually are going to do some pasta or whatever we happen to have for the day. So that's how the groups are sectioned off. And they just do little tours. They stay at each station for maybe a half an hour, and then they switch, and we just keep going through the different stations.
She goes to Roosevelt. My kids go to Roosevelt. So do you. I'm Jacob's mom and Joe's mom. And now you all know I'm Jacob's mom and Joe's mom. For those of you coming back, thanks so much. It's good to see all of you. For those of you who are here for the first time, you're in for a real treat. I'm Jen Monsbach, and this is Jacob Monsbach, and Joe's in the hat with the shades. So today is Saturday Family Day at the food bank, and I really appreciate you guys being here. The whole point of this is to give you kids the chance to learn what the food bank does with all of this food. A lot of you have probably brought food and given donations to the food bank. Is that right? Raise your hand if you've helped bring food. I know the Girl Scouts are here today. So a lot of you have brought food and probably dropped it off at the food bank, but there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen here before they can get the food to the people who need it. And so you're gonna help do that today, and it's a lot of fun. So we have 3 things for you to do today. You'll get a tour. If you've already had a tour, I'll tell you what you get to do. You'll get a tour. You get to get a ride on the bike blender and make smoothies and taste them. They're awesome. Then you get to do a produce sorting activity. We're going to be working with pears today. So when the food comes in, we get it in big crates, big containers. And if they want to get that out to other nonprofits or out to people, they can't just come and give them a big tub of food. So we're going to load up pears in these crates, okay? And then the other activity will be over here in this building that says agency shopping. And that's going to be repackaging pasta. So that's where we do a lot of bulk foods. Bags and label them and all those good things. So there are just a couple of very quick points I want to tell you, and then Jacob would like to say hi. Restrooms. The door marked administration. If you need to use the bathroom, tell your mom or your dad or whoever you're here with, and then it's back through that hallway all the way to the end, okay? Wash your hands. That's the next point. Everybody needs to keep their hands washed and then keep gloves on. We're handling food, and it's very important for health issues that we keep gloves on when we're touching the pears and touching the pasta. There's a really lovely woman named Penny Sidoli, and she's managing the bulk foods in there, and Penny's going to tell you how to do that activity. When you get to produce, I have Madeline and Tanya Mishler. Raise your hands, please. Thank you. These are some of our old pros, and they're going to help manage produce. So if you have any questions, look for me or Jacob or Joe or Mike with the camcorder, and Tanya and Madeline, and they'll be able to help you out. The last point I have is safety. Everybody say that with me. Safety! Safety means no running in the warehouse. No running anywhere. Safety means no goofing off and roughhousing. And safety means pay attention to where you are and what you're doing. When you go on the tour, you're going to be in the warehouse. We don't have forklifts running right now, so you're all safe. But there are really high shelves and lots of stuff going on in there. So kids, I trust that you'll be on your best behavior and listen, and then I'm going to have some fun work for you to do. So with that, thanks for coming, and here's Jacob.
My name is Jacob Monsbach. And I want to thank you all for being here today. The work that we're doing today is going to feed 1 in 8 kids in Santa Barbara. 1 in 8. Think about it. So I want to thank Food Bank for letting us use the warehouse. Yep. And I want to thank the Girl Scouts for coming. And I also thank everyone else for coming.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, I'm going to read your names. And I'll tell you you're in a group. Okay, so first we have the whole Girl Scout group. You're in a group. That was easy. I'll have you start with the tour first. So if I can have the Girl Scouts move over to this ramp and just wait right there. Melissa Howard, I apologize. This is the lovely Melissa Howard. She works for the food bank. And Melissa, your title again is? Community Leadership Coordinator. Community Leadership Coordinator. So Melissa's the one who gets volunteers to come and help the food bank. Okay, ready? Kathleen Hinson.
My name's Melissa. I'm the volunteer coordinator here at the food bank, and I also go out in the community and tell people about what we do. Who has been here before?
Let's get these other girls.
Oh, I think we're losing half of our group.
Yeah, bring them in.
Are you guys ready for a tour?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was just introducing myself so you knew who I was. My name's Melissa. I am the volunteer coordinator here at the food bank, and I also go out and promote the food bank in the community and tell people all about what we do. Who's been here before? Quite a few of you, right? Who can tell me what we do? Just real short, sweet. Who knows? What does the food bank do? Any ideas?
Lonnie could, I bet.
Do you need a hint? Okay, so we collect food and money donations from people in the community, local farmers, business people, and then we bring it to the food bank and we distribute that food. We give food to those who are in need, who might not be able to afford to buy healthy food. So food banks in general used to be known as just emergency food. So canned and boxed food that you guys know is not very healthy, right? Well, we still have that for emergency purposes, but we really want to give people good food. Fruits and vegetables, meats, things that are called perishable, that if you don't keep it in the refrigerator and if you don't eat it within a couple weeks, it's going to spoil. So it's really, really, really hard to get that food into the food bank and out in time before it does expire. And so that's where this warehouse is key. And I want to tell you all about how they do what they do here. But we're going to go in here and get a tour so that you guys can see the whole process from beginning until end, okay? All right, come on in. So what happens first? We, like me, our community folks, we go out and we let people know, hey, we need food, we need money donations, help us out somehow. We also need volunteers. And so people will come in and they say, hey, I've got some fruit on my trees that I'm not using, it's just going to spoil and fall to the ground. So we will organize a group of volunteers to go out and pick their crops. Also, local farmers that have these huge fields of food. Sometimes the food falls to the ground and they can't sell it at the grocery store. Or sometimes it might get a little damaged and people don't want to buy it. But it's still good, there's nothing wrong with the food. So we take that food and distribute it to people who really need it. The grocery stores have lots of food that could, it's getting close to its expiration date, but it's not bad yet. And so they'll give that food to us too. And then we do a lot of fundraising because for every dollar that's brought into the food bank, we can purchase $17 worth of healthy food. 17. So that is huge. In terms of who we serve, up here on the sports, these are all of the local nonprofit organizations that we give the food to. So a lot of people think that if somebody's hungry, they can just come into the food bank and get food. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They have to go through one of these agencies, and these are local nonprofits that are really making a huge difference in our community. They are required by the state, I believe, to provide some kind of a lunch program and to feed the people that are in their program. So if they had to go out and buy all of that food themselves, it would be so expensive because we buy in bulk, so we buy in humongous quantities and we share that food with other food banks to get a better deal. and then we distribute that food to all of them so they don't have to worry about purchasing it themselves. So it really makes sense to donate to the food bank, and you're helping an entire community. We serve about 1 in 4 people in Santa Barbara County. So it's the whole county. We have 2 warehouses. One's here, one's in Santa Maria. That's twice the size of this warehouse. It's huge. And so we just ship food back and forth to both warehouses. And then the people that we serve, this is the majority of the folks that we serve here. But we also bring food out to 2 different programs. One is brown bag program, and we serve seniors at senior centers. So if they don't have enough food to last them all month, we give them these cute little brown bags, and that helps them out. And the other program is our after-school program for kids, where we teach kids about nutrition, we teach them how to cook healthy meals, we teach them how to grow their own food, so it's less expensive than having to buy it at the grocery store. Have you guys ever heard of our nutrition programs? Did you know we did that? A lot of people have no idea when they're talking about that. So that's what we fundraise for as well, is the ability to be able to teach people how to use the food that we give them. Because if you think about it, let's say that your family might not have enough food for the month, and there's only a few dollars left. What are you going to buy? Stuff that you can afford, right? Which is usually canned and boxed foods because it's cheap. Or you might go out to fast food places because it's cheap, but it's not good for you. And so we have to change cultures and change perspectives and help people understand that healthy food is good for you, but it might not taste as good as some of the stuff that people are used to, because it's got a lot of sugar, it's got a lot of salt, it's got a lot of fat, and that's what unfortunately makes food taste good. So what we do is we try to educate folks. We don't want to just give them a whole bunch of food that's healthy and expect them to know what to do with it if they've never really had it before. So that's why it's really, really, really important to teach them about how to prepare it, what to do with it, how to make it taste good. And we start with the kids, because if we can influence the kids to like it, we use the bike blender, to make it fun, and we make what's called pink pancakes sometimes. Do you guys know what we use to make them pink?
Radishes.
Cloves.
Radishes.
Keep going. Yes, beets. Now, who would eat a beet normally? Would you guys ever try one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Most kids aren't like that. Most kids will be like, no way, I'm not touching that thing. So, but if we make it fun and we put it in the pancakes and we turn them pink and they try it and they cook it themselves, then they get it and then they're having fun and they're making it themselves, and that makes them want to eat healthy food. So that's our whole goal, is to just teach from the ground up. We've got all of these different programs that start before a child is even born, in teaching the mother about nutrition, and then when they're in preschool, we teach them about healthy eating, and all throughout their school lives. And then the hope is when they go off to college, they've got all of this knowledge and all of this experience that they're going to eat healthy, and they're going to teach their kids when they have children to eat healthy too. So that's what we're all about. Do you guys have any questions about what I've said so far? Not yet? Okay, let's keep going. I don't want you to... Okay. So, this is our seed bank. This is where we have a program called Grow Your Own Way. We teach kids how to grow their own food. And so people can come in here. I don't know if I can here. And we've got all these different seeds. And this is actually open to the community. So if anybody wants to come in and get seeds to have their own garden, they can come in and get them. But our after-school programs teach this program, Grow Your Own Way. And I think we're going to start offering it to seniors too. I think that's the next step. It'll be really fun. So that's where our seed bank is. What kind of seeds do you have? We have tomato, pumpkin, lettuce. I think that's the only ones that are actually marked, but I think we've got a little bit of everything. Looks like there's A through K, so whatever seeds start with A through K are in this box, and people can just go through and pick out whatever they want. And then we have volunteers. It's really cute. We've got a lot of volunteers that do a lot of different things. It's a dad and his little girl. She's about 6 years old, and they go in here and they make sure that the seed kits are prepared each month. And he's a deputy sheriff, I believe, and she's just this cute little thing, and she just loves it. And she's very, very shy, so she's not comfortable working with a lot of other kids or people people, and we had to try to figure out a way that she could volunteer too and feel comfortable. So that's what I try to do, is to figure out who wants to volunteer and what's their personality like, what would be the most comfortable thing for them to help with, and we get creative to figure out a way that works for everybody to help. Yeah. So any shy people out there, let me know. I can still have you help us. No, I won't make you give a tour like I did. So over here we have all the food. We try to categorize it so that we know where it's supposed to go or what program it's supposed to be. And they have all these numbers so that they can put it in the computer system and figure that out. We also pass the discounts that we get onto our nonprofit partners where we give the food. So we get the food in bulk, we pay, we have a huge discount, and then we pass that on to folks. So you can see some kind of fruit that we get here. All of this peanut butter might be close to its expiration date, so they just feed sometimes twice a month, and they come and do their grocery shopping, we call it. So
The individuals or the groups?
the companies or the organizations. So they figure out what they need each month, and then they let us know. We have a computer system that keeps track of all of that, and then they come in and get their food and bring it back to the organizations. With the exception of those two programs where we actually bring the food to people. The Brown Bag program for our seniors, and then the after-school programs for the kids' nutrition classes.
And does any of your food ever go bad? And if
It does,
what
yeah.
happens?
We have to throw it just like any other organization.
You just throw it away.
Yeah, yeah.
But you keep it past the expiration date.
Yeah, there's certain number of days for each different type of food that we can keep past its expiration. But after that, we have to get rid of it because it's no longer safe.
Is that an FDA?
Yeah, yeah, it's a requirement. We get the list from them so we know how to count each day. That's what the warehouse staff does. And the volunteers, they train them on how to do that. So yeah, unfortunately stuff does go to waste. What we would like to do, and we have a partnership with Panera Bread. You guys know who Panera is? Okay. What they let us do is they let us come in late at night when they're all done, and we get to take the food from them and distribute it out to those local nonprofits. The only exception is we can't bring it to the food bank because it doesn't have labels, nutrition labels, and things like that. So we can't take it and then distribute it, but we can drop it off directly at Casa Esperanza, Catholic Charities, those types of things. Bless you. And they really appreciate that. So we sneak in there at night and get the food and then distribute it off to those who need it. Kind of like Robin Hood, right?
With commission.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do have a list here. I'm training in some folks back there who are Amber here. She's going to be doing tours from now on. So she's just listening in and trying to figure out. Did you have this? Did you want to ask some questions? Okay. So I have a list of questions that a lot of people ask, and I was going to go through some of those. Have you guys heard of Backyard Bounty? Do you guys know what it is? Who can tell me what Backyard Bounty is?
There we go. We're good.
Okay. Hi, I'm Madeline and I'm a volunteer at the food bank. And what we're doing right now is we're sorting through produce and we are taking pears, oranges, and we are stacking them into smaller containers so it's easier for families to receive them instead of just in a big box. And so what we're doing is we're taking pears and we're filling them up right under the handlebar. So we can stack them on top of each other so it doesn't bruise any of the fruit. And then what we're going to do is we're also taking all of the bad fruit and we're putting it in this box. So fruit like this is bad because no one wants to eat that.
What else?
What?
Gloves.
Oh, and then we also wear gloves all the time for safety and health issues. And if usually we'd have 2 or 3 people all not have any gloves and only carry the crates because they can have a lot of germs on them. And once you touch the crates, you're gonna have to switch out your gloves because we don't want any germs getting on the food. So
Awesome.
yeah.
That's
Lots
awesome.
of fun.
So you want to just point out what people are doing now? Maybe you can just point and
Okay.
we'll go around.
Yeah, so we are sorting pears right here. Smaller crates. In the smaller crates, they're the square crates. And then in the rectangular crates, we are sorting oranges. And then we were also sorting pears in the rectangular crates. Yeah.
That's great. And then we put them on these pallets.
Yeah. So the person with the forklift can take them.
And then they redistribute them.
Yep.
I don't think anybody could have done a better job. Thank you. So why don't you guys demonstrate what it is that you're doing? Because we're showing the Santa Maria Food Bank. Inspect. So you're inspecting.
This one is fine.
So what do we do with the bad one? Okay.
Throw them in the Baruca salt.
And what do we
bin.
do? What do we do with the bad fruit? Does it get thrown in the garbage can, or does it it gets composted? Right. Great. Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I'm not checking them, are you? Okay. Yeah, that one's hard to go.
I'm Penny Sidoli. I'm a volunteer at the Santa Barbara Food Bank. You are right now in the volunteer hub of the Santa Barbara Food Bank. Right now we've got Family Day, and these are families that are repackaging pasta. The food bank supplements community donations with food that's purchased so that we can provide nutritional food, nutritional meals to the agencies that then provide them to the families in need and the elderly and expectant mothers. There we buy big boxes of pasta, and what they're doing over here is taking that big box of pasta and putting it in 1-pound bags with a nutrition label on it. So, and these are families, mothers, dads with their kids, bagging up the pasta. You can see some unfinished pasta right here, ready for the agencies to pick up.
And are they weighing them, measuring the volume of them in each bag?
Yes, 1-pound sizes. Luckily, these bags, just about to the top is 1 pound, so that part of it's easy. Sealing the bag is a challenge. I don't see you looking for somebody here that's handling one of these sealing machines that puts the final seal on the pasta. I'll show you right here.
And Penny, how many stations do we have set up in here for Santa Maria? So have you found that, is there a maximum number of stations that we can set up?
Right now I have 4 tables, and we can handle 20 to 30 people in this room just repackaging food. One of the other things that's done in this volunteer hub are the community donations. The cans of tuna and vegetables, boxes of cereal. That's another project that we do on other days where we sort through all those community donations and for example, all the donations the Boy Scouts of America food drive brought in to the food bank. This was almost triple.
Wow.
So in size of what the Boy Scouts brought in. It was outstanding. We sort through it and find the food that is within its best by date to pass on to the families in need.
That's
so
great.
that sorting it's a very fussy little project, but it gets done by volunteers, and all the food goes to families that need it.
That's great. So well done. And then at the end, we have we have somebody who's actually cleaning during the course of the event this time. That's helpful.
Yes, this is Lisa Gars. She's the volunteer manager of the warehouse. Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
We're making a video here, I was explaining about, we also do a project of the can drive that the Boy Scouts have provided. Do you remember, how many of these white bins full of food from the Boy Scouts?
From the Boy Scouts, we had 20 bins.
20 bins, which is a lot more than we normally get.
It was about 8,000 pounds.
That's a lot of food. Thank you. So you're going to teach Santa Maria how to do a bike blender.
Okay. Okay. So
In any way that you want to.
Somebody get on the bike, please.
What do we stick in there?
Put spinach,
Yep.
berries, and fruit juice.
Awesome.
Okay, you have to hold it down.
Well documented activity here.
Okay, and just pedal away and it
The most well-documented activity on the planet today.
Not even moving. Try to go faster.
You'll feel it when it engages.
I think it's in a too low gear.
Oh, do you want to switch the gear to a higher gear, please?
I don't think so.
Keep pedaling or you switch.
Is it? Just pull it up
And
for a
it
second.
should.
Is it twisting?
So you see
oh
the
yeah,
little
there it is.
thing?
It's going.
It should be blending right now.
It's just this bike blender has had emotional problems, hasn't it?
It really has.